today's session is about, as far as I know, it's about prompt engineering. Prompt engineering is a very diverse subject, but above all, it's also very interesting because a lot of people think it's just writing a prompt, but that is not really what it's just about. It's about understanding what kind of language AI understands, like large language models respond to better certain ways of asking them or inquiring from them or communicating with them. And when we communicate with them in a very clear way and also give them a role, as we have been told again and again, we get a much more focused answer. Also, it's important to clarify and to ask questions of the AI that then gets them to think deeper and go deeper. You can use some of those, they're called cheat codes, but really they're just ways of getting more out of your AI that I shared on the group that will help you to get richer experiences and richer outputs from AI. And we also help you to get more humanized answers. So today we're going to look at prompt engineering. We're going to look at it in a way that helps us to live today with a more richer toolkit to be able to utilize whichever AI tool we're going to utilize, because they are all basically at the very basic level. They all require you to give them a question, which is called a prompt. Whether you're using more developed, more advanced AI, or you're using the basic level, you're just asking it for a meal plan. If you do not let it know what kind of meal plan you're looking for, you will get a generic answer. For instance, when I'm using ChatGPT or Gemini or Copilot, I don't use Cloud, not much, unless when I'm using it through Perplexity. I tell it what is my age and the average age range of my family members without giving it names, not the exact age, but age range. And then I give it an idea of the type of foods we like to eat, the type of proteins we like to eat, that we eat right for our genotype and blood type. And I give it that context before I tell it to prepare a meal plan for us. And I also tell it what we ate the last couple of days so that it doesn't give me the same kinds of foods. And so giving AI context and giving it more data almost always gives you a much more detailed, much more deeper, much more personalized experience. So without further ado, it's 11:11. I love the angel numbers. It's a perfect. This is the 1st of April at 11:11. Those are our angel numbers. We're going to get started. Mr. Anyako, please welcome him as we always do. And let's get on with today's lesson.
Hello. Hello.
We can hear you.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. So can you guys see my screen or do I have to?
No.
Not yet.
We can see your logo, but not your screen. Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, I'll show my screen 1 minute. Can you actually see my screen now?
Not yet. No.
Oh, okay. 1 minute.
You're definitely a host, a co-host. So
I'm just trying, because today for some reason it's just I don't know what the setup is with Rachel, but so I'll just get into the Zoom thing again. 1 minute and just try and I'm gonna go off and then connect again. Because
there seems to be a challenge because
because I don't know what's happening. But
you don't hear the music. You get
So something's going on. So what I do, I just close everything. I just restart again and just
drop off and join in again.
I'll leave, and then I'll come.
Oh, I'm so sad that no one was hearing that music. It was glorious. It was lovely. But hey ho, that is life.
What's the title?
It's Ugandan music.
Oh, okay.
And, it's a mix that was playing was really, really nice by Ava Peace. Johnny Nanda. So they were the two people singing, and it was really
Host.
okay. You're now back in, and your co-host.
Yeah, but then it's saying host disabled participant screen sharing. If you can't see, so I can't share my screen. That something is disabled. So
Oh.
okay, fair enough. I probably need to use because I used a link that you sent to the group, and so that probably is a different link. And so if you can see it, I can just
you can try again.
Yeah,
Try
it's saying that host disabled participant screen sharing. So I
No.
can okay.
Do it again. That's what I'm saying. Try again.
Let me try again then.
Yeah. It should. I don't know why it's doing that. I think like someone said, maybe Zoom has updated some things. Because you're a co-host, why shouldn't you be able to share? So that is yeah, there you go.
So can you see me?
If I play the music now, it might actually play. Tell me if you can hear.
Yeah, I can hear.
Yes, it's on now.
Yeah,
So
you can hear. Yeah, it's clear now.
Well, we're going to learn. So no, we'll have music in the break.
Yeah.
Yay. Yeah, at least we can hear it now.
Yeah, I need to just open this up because I've closed a few things. So let's show this bit. Can you see this? Can you
Section 5, yeah.
Yes, we can.
Yeah. All right. So this thing's already started again. This right thing here, it's something to do with what we call Adobe. I don't really can control it. Okay, so today what we're going to talk about is talking to AI like a pro. And so you have to write like the right prompt to get the right, outcome. Something that we don't actually know a lot about. And people are using AI for the last few, I would say, years, and they are still not knowing how to prompt AI very well, to do the right things for them. So what I'm going to do today is to teach you how to write the right prompt to get the best outcome. It's just simple. It doesn't seem that simple. It's straightforward. That's what people say, but you can get very good job if you know how to actually do AI prompting very well. And so if you're old, it doesn't matter. You don't have to go to do another, to work for somebody else, but you can actually use it for your own personal, usage and whatever you want to do. You have this black box that have so much knowledge, and you only have to happen to prompt it very well. Just ask the right questions and you get the right answers. So what we're going to do today is something like that.
Oh, you've gone off?
I'm off.
Okay, you're back now.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm just trying to get.
You just went quiet for a bit.
I'm moving you to.
I move you around.
I move. With the, with you. Yeah, I move you somewhere else. That's fine. So today, what we're gonna do, we already done session 1, which is discovery. So that was the initial stages where we started talking about AI, and then session 2 was jobs. So we did CVs and stuff like that. Session 3 was toolkits, where we can combine different AI tools to achieve your aim. And session 4 was the planning the project. And today we are doing session 5, which is prompt engineering. And so what we will cover today will be the RACE framework. I think we talked about this from the beginning. I actually integrated this RACE framework in the beginning just for you to understand. So the R stand for role, A stand for action, C stand for context, and the E stand for expectation. And so whenever you actually prompt an AI bot, you want the AI to assume a role, and then you want it to do a particular thing, and then you give it a context because go away from me and go away from me. It will be the same words that you can speak, but in different contexts, they will mean different things. And so we give AI context so that AI knows exactly what you mean with the rule and action that you want it to take. Then the expectation is what you expect from the prompt, to come out, AI to come out with something that you want. And you have to plan all that in your head. Now, if you don't know how to do that, AI will give you a lengthy, long, short, output that doesn't meet your requirement. And so what we are doing here today is to just try and use this RACE framework to help you to prompt AI in a proper way where you get the right answers that you're looking for. So we'll do before and after, see the dramatic difference a good prompt can make. And then we'll have real life scenarios that we'll do after we come back from the break, and then power techniques. So these are the things that we are actually looking at today. We don't have to waste more time. The thing is, you have all these things in the hub so you can download them. What I'm doing here is to get you the understanding so you know how to use them. So when you download them, you actually know how to implement them. 99% of people doesn't even know anything about the race. They don't know that you have to give AI a role. They don't know that you have to give it an action, and they don't expect anything. They just put something in there and expect whatever AI comes out with. But if you can control AI, you can get the best output. So here we have like something simple. So the difference between a good answer and a great answer is how you ask it. So you have the option. The AI is sitting in front of you. I mean, if you use any LLM, you realize that the platform or the interface is the same. Go to Grok, go to Gemini, go to Claude, and ChatGPT. It's just there. You put something in there. So you can say, you can write, help me write a letter to complain about my neighbor. What you get, a vague, generic letter, no specific details, wrong tone, too soft or too angry, no legal references. You have to rewrite it for several times to get the right thing. But if you use a race, which is role, action, context, and expectation, so you see act here as a legal advocate, write a formal complaint letter. So the action is for the AI to write a formal complaint letter. The role is professional legal advisor. And you can see what the difference is just to help me write a letter to complain about my neighbor. You can see the difference. You can see this is not that much, and this is not it's not too much. It's just a simple thing. But a lot of people don't know how to use this small thing here to achieve the best out of AI. So the role is act as a professional legal advocate, write a formal complaint letter. Now you give AI action. The role is now the AI is assuming, and so this AI will use the terminologies that these lawyers use to write to us. And so when you owe something or you have something to do, people go out and they pay and say, look, this tenant has not been paying their rent for the last couple of months, and I want him out of my house. You don't know the terminologies to use to actually scare the tenant to realize that if he doesn't move, he will get. Now, when you say role, act as a professional legal advocate, AI now began to assume the position of a lawyer and then write a formal complaint letter. Now it's going to, and then you give it the context. So loud music until 3 a.m. for night, 2 years old child cannot sleep. So now you tell this now this lawyer that you've asked AI to assume that this neighbor is playing loud music until 3 a.m. and fortnight continues. You have a 2-year-old child who cannot sleep. Now, under 200 words, cite, write, to quiet enjoyment. So the thing is now there are legal system, there are rules here in this country where they can't play music, I think, after 11 o'clock. And so AI will go to the source, the site, or this legal framework where this neighbor who's making noise, and for that reason, your 2-year-old cannot sleep, and tell you exactly what you sent to this person. You don't need to go and seek solicitor's advice to do this. AI can do all this thing for you. And today, that's what we're actually looking at. So what you get a professional letter ready to send, specific to your situation, firm but legal tone, cite actual, tenant right, correct length, and an attempt. So one attempt. You don't have to repeat this if you give AI the right information. But if you do this here, help me write a letter to complain about my neighbor, you get something generic. Now, when you use the race framework where you assign AI a role and tell it action that it has to take, give it a context, and then tell it what you expect, you get the right information. So you can, take that with you, and don't forget about this. This race framework is what we are going to do today. And so when you talk to anybody, I think 99% of people who use AI don't even know this. They just use AI because AI has actually been, proliferated everywhere. Everybody's talking about AI, so everybody's using it. But you have to have a system to use AI properly to get the right outcome. And so the rule is what we are going to consider. From here, we are talking about the entire frame, but we'll go deep into it. So rule, tell AI who to be. So that solved the problem of generic and robotic answer. Act as a professional career advisor. So you are looking for a job and you want AI to help you to find a job. You don't know what exactly the questions will be in terms of interview. So you say act as a AI will give you a particular, advice that you need with regard to the particular role that you are actually looking for. In action, tell AI what to do, solve vague, unfocused output. To write a formal complaint letter. So these are different scenarios. This is for job. This is for writing a letter, complaint letter, context. solves irrelevant generic advice. So context, what you get with context is that it's like talking to somebody in plain English. If you speak to that person generally and doesn't give a context, that person will give you answers that probably resolve several issues. But if you narrow that down to a particular context, maybe the advice will be different. You'll say, okay, with regard to what you are talking about, I think you have to do it this way. And so you need to give AI a context. So I have two children, budget is $50, live in Liverpool. This is a context. Now, if you say something generic, oh, help me plan something, and you don't put, I have two children, my budget, so then AI doesn't know that this is how much you have. And you have two children, you're a single mom, so you live alone, there's no husband in there, and you live in Liverpool. AI is trained to know everything about this country, England, Liverpool, Manchester, London. And so you just be specific. And that gives AI context to tell you exactly what you expected. I mean, the thing that will actually help you is not what you expected to know, but what will help you. So give AI context. And then with expectation bit is very important. This is the bit where AI come out with something called output. So you input is what you actually write into the AI chatbot, and then AI comes out with output. That expectation is you AI can give you wrong format. It can give you length that you don't want, or the tone that doesn't sound like what you want it to be. So keep it. You can tell AI keep it under 200 words. Professional tone, include a deadline. And so, depending on the situation that you are dealing with, you expect this. Now, if you combine all this, which we will look at towards the end of this framework, you realize that you combine role, action, context, and expectation. This thing, you have to keep it in mind. You can print this and put it on your fridge, and this is what you need to always ask AI when you are, chatting with, AI. It doesn't matter whether it's Claude, ChatGPT, or any other Gemini, any other platform that you are working with. But this is the thing that you need to know. So AI knows who AI is. Here, a professional career advisor. Here, a former, you write something like an action to tell AI what to do. I mean, if I think I need to go back to this particular one. There's I think is the next one I'll show you. Uh, So here, these are all rows. So I think I'm good now. So I'll show that. So action will be, I'll give you several examples. So I was actually trying to, I thought I've already talked about the row. So the row is just what AI should assume. Action is what they have to do. Context is the environment that they need to operate, and expectation is the output. Here, we're talking about row. So I think this is what, so row, here we have several other rows. So AI will assume the role of CV writer, use recruitment language, highlight skills employers want. And so when you tell AI to take a particular position, AI will give you, you know, output that reflect the role that you assign it. And so here you can say act as a professional CV writer. Here you get the AI uses recruitment language, highlight skills employers want. When you say act as a patient, so somebody like a very good primary school teacher, and like some patient, somebody people are impatient, they don't have time for to explain things to your child. So when you say act as a patient primary school teacher, AI use simple words, encourage tone, age appropriate expectation. And so you can see act as a strict but fair job interviewer. AI ask tough questions, give you honest feedback. Act as a kind financial advisor, no judgment. So AI doesn't judge you because your bank account is zero. But it will give you the fair advice that you need, practical money tips, budget focused, and then act as a Nigerian grandmother who loves cooking, warm, traditional recipes, personal touch, family, portions. This is just the rule. I was just trying to, I think I was getting ahead of myself. So I was just trying to tell you, when you are actually working with AI and you assign a rule like that to AI from here, AI assume so here is conditional. So here we are talking about CV, which means that you are writing a CV. So you tell AI to act as a professional CV writer, but you can adapt this to any other thing that you are doing. It doesn't have to be CV writer, but this is a template that you can use. So going forward, you know that anytime that you are prompting AI, you have that little bit that you need to do. And these are, several other examples that you can try. And depending on what you are doing, you can change this anytime you are doing something or just change it. And so act as a kind financial advisor. It's different from what exactly you need to do, but at least you know the role that you have to assign the AI, to do the right thing for you. We have action. So action tells AI what to do. So this solves the problem of vague, unfocused, output. So the output is what you want. At the end of the day, when you tell AI to do something for you, you want something that comes out that meets your requirement. And so be specific about the finish, line. So vague action, help me write my CV, write something about my business, give me some ideas, tell me about budgeting, help me with a letter. These are actions, but they are vague. You can see that is vague, but write one page CV for a care assistant is a bit more specific. So AI knows that after assigning the role, that was the first hour, and then the action here, write a one page for, for a care assistant role. You have also create WhatsApp advert for my food business. So you can see, I don't have to read all these things, but you can see it. So you can see from action, you get specific, from role, you get specific action that they have to take. So they know they have now assumed a position of a CV writer, and now you say write me a one page. Now AI is now expert now writing a one page CV for your assistant AI and a care assistant role. And so this is what you do. I mean, it's not something complicated, something that you have to do. This fourth thing is not that complicated. It's race. So a role, an action examples are what I'm just showing here. And now we move on to context. So context give AI details. And so if anybody or any of us, we speak English, I'm from Ghana, so we were British colonies, but people from different French countries. But when you are speaking English, every word that you speak doesn't mean the same thing. It's, count as a result of the context. And so if you give AI context, depending on the role and the action that you want it to take and say, look, who you are, I'm a single mom with two children in Liverpool. So AI now have the action to write some CV for you. And the action is for AI to become a CV expert writer. And then you are a single mom. So this is the context. So now AI knows that you are a single mom. You don't, the action is to prepare a CV for you. And AI assume the role as a CV expert. And so now AI will combine all this thing from the role to action to context. A single mom, I work part-time at a care home. So you want extra job. You work Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So you want extra job on weekends. AI will do all this stuff. So this is the context bit. So you say you give AI situations where AI knows exactly what the context is. So AI will not actually give you, because if you don't tell AI the context, AI will probably treat it as, oh, okay, somebody who need a job and is available Monday to Friday, and they will give you a CV, very nice one. You read it and it looks so well, but that doesn't suit you because you have two kids and you can only work Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. And so these are the kind of situation, the context that you need to give AI. So AI will give you exactly, what you want. And so it's just this thing that you need to know. I mean, after here, I think if you don't get the best out of AI, then you're not actually following this course, because this is the best thing that I've actually researched a lot about writing prompts. And I've got a few for specific industries, but for generic AI prompt, this is the best thing that you need. So you need to make sure you assign AI a role, action, and context, and the expectation. These are the things that you need to get the best out of any AI model that you use. And so here, expectation tells AI what you want back. And so you've given AI a role, and then action and context, what you want back. So length, keep under 200 words. One page only, 3 paragraphs. You specifically tell AI you just want it to be 200 words, one page only, 3 paragraphs, because people don't have time, especially employers, they don't have time to read a lengthy what's CVs, and so they scan through a few things. So maybe two pages is enough. Anything more than that is gonna be redundant. So nobody's gonna read it. And so you tell AI, you are the boss. Like I keep saying, just 200 words. Here, I said one page, but you can do 2 pages. Here, tone professional but warm, firm but polite, fun and friendly. So depending on who you are actually sending this particular, output, to. So if you're sending to a friend, you can just tell AI to do it fun and friendly. If it's for business, professional and warm. So it's up to you. And the format, ask a table. So we have AI can also put things in paragraphs like we did here, but you can also do it in a table format, a bullet point, as a letter, as a WhatsApp message. Hello? Yeah. So if you want it as a WhatsApp message, AI will do it in a form of WhatsApp message, and that will be a very short version that you can send to your friends. So you have all these options when it comes to expectation and you know output. So you don't have to, AI wouldn't give you the long, we can ask the same questions and the AI will give me a very long message because I want it as a letter to send to somebody. But if I say as a WhatsApp message, AI will put them in a very short format, the same information, but in a very short format that you can just send because people don't have time to read so much information on WhatsApp. So something, you know, simple, short. And so this is the thing that you have to do. And then audience. So depending on who you are sending the information to, for a 8-year-old, for a church committee, for my manager, all these things. You add a few of these things here, and you will get the best. So you can see from the role, from action, from context to expectation. You combine all these things, and you get the best out of AI. And this is the thing that this particular lessons. It's something that if you want to know a bit more about AI, just have this and download it from the hub and paste this thing on your fridge because this is the thing that you need to do with AI in any way, shape, or form. So deadline, action, so request, response. So it depending on what you are writing, you can also use this to tell whoever that is supposed to respond to your message that request a respond within 7 days. AI will actually put it in that way that a request will be made within a certain amount of time for you to get a response from whoever you are writing to. And so this is the whole concept of the race. It's a framework that you can use. So this is a race in action. I just as I've explained that. So here we act as a firm, but professional legal advocate. Writes a formal letter of complaint to my housing association. So you can see here there is this, we've talked about them, and then so here what it's doing actually is actually putting that into, so as a full demo, I can copy all that and then I will paste it somewhere, and then we can see. But what is happening here is that act as a firm but professional legal advocate. So now role is acting as a firm but professional legal advocate. Action, the AI should write a formal letter of complaint to my housing association. So action that AI has to do is to write a formal letter of complaint. So now AI is a professional legal advisor. Now action is writing, and then context. My neighbor have played loud music until 3 a.m. for 4 nights this week. I have 2-year-old child who cannot sleep. I already, spoke to them once and they ignored me. So now that is a context. I think all of us understand this right from the top. Here, the context is now you've given AI not to write anything generic, but you're giving it a context. Now, the expectation is that the letter should be 200 words, cite the right quiet enjoyment, and request a formal response within 7 days. Tone firm, but not aggressive. So you can see, I mean, if anybody follow what we are doing, you can see the role as a professional legal advocate, now writing a complaint letter, giving it a context, what is actually happening, the reason why you're actually writing the letter, that's the context, and then what you expect AI to give you. Now, let's go out there and put that in, and so this is what we get. DS, Madam, I'm writing to report ongoing noise disturbances from my neighbor. My neighbors on 4 occasions this week. Loud music has continued until approximately 3 a.m. So you can see what you get. This is something that based on whoever you are, you can just refine it. And within a second, you have a letter that you can send either to the council, depending on where you live. And that's where it's. So here, we just copy that and just paste it, combine everything together. When you're doing it, that's what you have to do. That's it. You don't have to, struggle with anything. AI can help you to do. All you need to do is the rule, action, what you want AI to do, the context, and race. That's it. You are done. And so level up. This is for people who want to go beyond what we just. So here, like chain prompting. There's something called chain prompting. So you ask AI something, and then you keep asking until you get the refined, outcome that you want, and then you can send it. So after your first race prompt, the thing about that message that we just sent right now, AI is keeping it in the memory. And so it's not it's not gone out yet. What happens is that once you send another message,
You've got your
regarding
rogue writer starting to write on the screen.
yeah, just I'll delete it. So when you've done that, the first thing that you do is you follow up with something else because maybe this guy will continue to play the music, and so what you do is that you send another message, but you don't have to open another chat GPT, a new chat to start. You just have to go back to the same one that you just did the first time that you send that message about this guy making noise, and then you can continue with this, and this will, or AI will just wake up and say, oh, Julie or whoever that person is, Steve, sent this particular message to these people regarding this noise. AI will pick it up from there, and then it will just continue with the message that you sent from the beginning, and then it will give you a feedback or send something else to follow up with what you actually wanted to get done. And so AI doesn't forget. Before, when we actually started to use ChatGPT and Claude, and they never used to have memory. And so every chat I was exporting from a different chat to the other one, and I'll tell it, based on this information, I have to start different projects all the time. Right now, they have memory. So you start a new chat, and they even still understand. All you need to do is just give them a reference to the previous chat. But once you started a new chat, the window is there, so you don't have to start anyone. Just continue. AI will remember everything, and you can get the right answers that you want. So you can follow up. This level up is just to follow up after your first race prompt. Keep it going in the same conversation, so you don't have to start another one. AI still remember everything, so it's not like, oh, I sent a letter to my landlord yesterday about this mold, and he's not answered. So I want AI to help me write another letter to that same landlord and tell him that they didn't respond. No, just continue with the old chat, the one that you just started, and just say, look, they didn't answer the letter that we just sent to them. I want you to write me a response letter. AI knows how to write that, and they have the thing that you told them last week in memory, and so that's the thing that you need to remember here. Also, with the comfort break, it's over here. I think this is where I'll fix these things. But if you want us to continue, I can continue because I've tried to fix this. It's just Adobe, probably because I don't know. I just cancel some of our
Let's get
subscription.
to 12. It's not yet 12. We have at
Yeah.
least 15, 16 minutes before 12. So let's get to 12.
So now we have race in real life. So now race is role, action, context, and expectation, which is what we've done. And if you want to take anything at all from these sessions, please, I beg you. And if you want to be very good with AI, just this acronym, race, action, context and expectation. That's enough. You will be able to do better than a lot of people who are out there thinking that they know AI. So what here? It's scenario one. Upgrade your CV prompt. So here we have a scenario where a basic prompt is say, write me a CV. I have experience in caring and cooking. Now we can take this and put it in ChatGPT. Okay, so this is what we get. Can you see what you got? You got personal profile, caring, reliable, and hardworking. AI is actually trying its best to give you something. Now, let's go back and put this one here where we have race incorporated into there. So act as an expert UK CV writer who specializes in career changes. Action, write one-page professional CV for care assistant role at nursing home in Liverpool. Context, I'm a single mama who has spent 8 years caring for my elderly mother and raising two children. I volunteer at my church food bank. I speak English and Yoruba. I have level 2 food hygiene certificate. Expectation, format, personal profile, key skills, experience, education, tone, confident but honest. One page maximum. Use keywords from this job advert. And so, I mean, we don't have the job advert, but I probably don't have to demonstrate it because I don't have any job advert in to paste here. But if you are applying for like a care role in somewhere in Liverpool and you write something like this is a difference. You can see what AI came out with, just something simple that doesn't make sense to any employer. But then when you go into details and then you copy the job advert and then use keyword from the job advert, like I put here, this bit, just delete that bit and paste the job advert there. Now you will see the difference. You will see a CV that is tailor-made for you. with all the keywords. And so you go to the interview and the people will be thinking, oh, wow, this guy or this person has actually done a few research about the company and he or she knows what we are on about. This is what AI can do for you. But before then, you have to go out there and write a CV yourself. These days, you don't have to write a CV yourself. All you need to do is something like this, and AI will give you the best CV possible. All you need to do is to do a bit of research. You can follow up and ask AI to ask you questions, potentially that will be asked during interview. And AI will ask you that questions. And when you give answers, AI will tell you the wrong answers that you've given and what you should be prepared for. And so this is what you can use AI for. It's not like, it's not magic. It's something that people seems to be worried about, but it's not, so here we do the scenario two. Scenario two is complaint letter that gets result. So you can write a basic prompt like this. If you don't know race and if you've not attended this training, write a complaint letter about mold in my flat. This is where a lot of people write because they don't know anything about. They know AI can give them response, so they are just write a complaint. So they want to write a complaint about mold in their house, but they say to AI, write a complaint about mold in my flat, and then the somebody like you who have attended this particular training knows that AI has to be, assigned a role. So act as a housing right advisor who knows UK tenant law. So that, can you see the difference? That's a role. And then write formal complaint letter to my landlord. So now action is to write a formal complaint letter to your landlord. The context is what is actually happening. So there is a black mold in my bathroom and bedroom. It has been there for 3 months. I reported it twice by text. No response. My 4-year-old daughter has asthma and her symptoms are getting worse. I ran privately in Liverpool and pay £800 per month, dollars per month. So this is the thing. And then you tell AI what you expect to come out from that whole situation that you're giving it. Say under 300 words, cite the Landlord Tenant Act 1985. If you know that, if you don't even know that, AI will actually do it for you. But just tell it how long you want it. Request repairs within 14 days. Mention this thing that you can do it yourself. You don't need AI to tell you how long you want that repair done. But AI can actually go for this 1985 Act itself and do it for you. Firm but professional tone. That's what you do. And at the end of the day, you get something concrete that you can send to your landlord. Then that landlord will read that and know that this person is not stupid. He or she know what he's talking about, and they will take action. But if you say, write complain about my mold in my flat, it's just generic. AI will give you anything that anybody can write. It doesn't make sense, and that's what it is. And sometimes we don't even know what we don't know. And so if you tell AI a few things about this and give it a role, because this particular role here will that is the reason why AI will go and bring this act, Tenant Act 1985. Why? Because AI now is a housing rights advisor who knows UK tenant law. And so you don't even know this Tenant Act 1985, Section 11, to be where a landlord cannot, treat you badly. But because you've assigned AI that particular role, AI will go out there and do all these things for you. And so that's how this is the difference between the race and write a complaint about mold in my flat. Scenario 3 is planning a community event. So you can have a basic prompt like help me plan a fundraiser. And so you want to, have fundraising for whatever project that you are working on. And so here you say act as an experienced community event planner. Now AI, they've been trained to do a lot of things, but now you restricted AI to do this particular thing for you. And so create a complete plan for a church fundraiser, Grace Community Church. So these are context. Grace Community Church, talk staff, 50 people expected, budget £200, whatever. And then what you expect include week by week timeline. Now, if we run through this, you will see, I'm not going to run through it, but these are all things that I think you can download from the platform. But you compare this particular one that people who doesn't have this knowledge that you are getting from here, they will say, help me plan a fundraiser because they know people are using AI to plan different things. So they don't actually know what kind of prompt to write to get the best out of AI. So they'll say, help me plan a fundraiser. And you who has actually attended this, you know that there's a role that you have to assign to AI, create a complete plan for a chat fundraiser. So action that AI has to do, context and expectation. This will give you a better result than that. And that's what That's what you do. And so instead of going back to iterate, just go back again over and over again to get the best outcome. You know how to write a right prompt that will give you the best, and that's what we are doing in a minute. We have scenario for helping your child learn, and so we have kids that comes home and say, "Oh, my maths, I'm struggling with maths. I'm struggling with my science and different other things." You cannot just go out there and tell AI to just help your child. So like here, somebody who doesn't know how to use AI, but she's actually learned from people that they are using AI to help their kids to do homework and stuff. You say, explain fractions to my child. That is the first question that you might ask AI because you don't know what to do. But then if you have done this and you know race, what you do is that you say act as a patient. So somebody who's patient, encourage a primary school teacher who is great with children who struggles with math. So anything, it could be science, it could be anything, geography, whatever it is, explain fractions in a fun, simple way. Now, the outcome that you get will be different because now this AI now is going to act as somebody who's peaceful, patient, will tolerate any nonsense that this kid will throw at it in terms of questions and explain everything in simple way. And so that becomes a way that you can actually help your daughter, your son, whoever that is, to learn something. AI would do it, and you can even add images, pictures to make it simple for them to understand. You can use things like this. So my daughter is now the context that you give AI is my daughter is 8 years old in year 4. She finds math difficult and get frustrated easily. She loves baking and pizza. So she understands halves, but not quarters or thirds. AI will rather now AI is going to use. It's just going to be simple. This because you actually said your daughter or son love pizza and baking. AI can teach math with this baking and pizza incorporated into so the kid will actually do something that will make it interesting for her and at the same time learning math as well. So this is what you can tell AI. So the context really matters. You give it a real action and then you give it a context and then what you want from it. So use pizza and cake as examples. Keep language simple. No math jargons. Include 3 fun activity we can do at home. No screens. So these are kind of things that you do. Let's move on to scenario 5 because I think now scenario 5 is professional email that nails the tone. And so basic prompt, write an email to my boss about time off. That's simple. You just want to have time off. So AI can give you something about time. You can probably substitute the date. That if you use this race prompt, so act as a professional communication expert. So now AI is now communication expert. Write an email requesting unpaid leave. So you want to go to Africa, but you don't want to lose your job, and so you don't want to get paid whilst you're in Africa. So I work part time as a career as a carer at Sunrise nursing home. My manager is whatever. I need 3 days off next month. That is the context that you give AI, and then expectation under 150 words. So you know what you can do. This is exactly what you can do with AI. You can
there is a question in the
Mhm.
comment section, I think, and I think it's regarding what you're talking about right now. And it says, my challenge is the punctuation. How can I improve that from the document the AI shares?
So
My challenge is the punctuation. How can I improve that from the document AI shares?
So AI shares a lot of things that are not. I think they are trying to improve it now. So like if they remember, if she attended the last time, I think there was a Grammarly. Grammarly, we talked about Grammarly, which is another AI platform where you can just paste your stuff and it will correct you.
As you know, Grammarly is not free, and I think they have a very limited window where they're allowed to use the free. I used to use it on the free because I always like to test something before I put my money where my mouth is. And after a while, it just would not do what it's supposed to do.
You need to pay. You need to pay for
grading. Exactly, I wasn't paying for it. Also, it assumes UK English is wrong grammar.
Oh no, it's all dependent on the settings. So if you set it up that you are in the US, like my keyboard here, it's set up for UK keyboard settings. So there are things that I will tell you to type on your keyboard that wouldn't work if you have the default US keyboard settings. So, but I use it a lot. There are several other platforms that you can use to correct your English. AI is not perfect, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you that. But there are other tools that you can use to actually test and make sure your output from the AI is correct. Grammarly is the one that I use.
I do what I did share last time. Was it last session or the one before, where I take the output from, say, ChatGPT, and I take it to Perplexity, usually.
I do that. I'm writing a book.
I choose one of the other GPTs inside Perplexity, and then I try the another GPT inside Perplexity, another LLM, and I see the output, and that will usually get your diction, your punctuation, the way it's all laid out much better than ChatGPT. ChatGPT is predominant. It's a US.
No, fair enough, but because
the US hype.
I know, but my background is in computer programming. So ChatGPT is good for writing codes and things. And when it comes to context and writing, if you have a website, you have WhatsApp, social media platform, and you want to write, I recommend Claude. Claude is the one that is writing all the content. Everything that I'm doing is Claude. I pay 80-something pounds a month for the max, but I get a lot from it. And ChatGPT, I pay the £20 for the basic, but I use it for writing code. So sometimes I go between them. And Perplexity, I'm not actually paying for Perplexity. I pay for Google Gemini as well because of the ecosystem. So
I pay for Perplexity, and I pay for Enterprise.
Oh, okay. I don't pay for Perplexity. I use them for fact checking. So when I'm writing my book and Claude will give me something, ChatGPT will give me something, I'll go back at them and say, check this for me. They come back and say, this is correct, this is not. And so that's what you have to do.
Exactly. And that's what I was saying last time, that you go to the different platforms and if you run out of tokens, go to the next one and take all the output from the last one and tell it, this is what I'm working on, and ask the next question. It saves you having to pay if you don't yet have the funds to pay for these platforms, let alone paying for one.
So can we continue now then? Hello.
There's another one.
Okay.
What if you crop it and paste on AI with punctuations? Adetutu. ChatGPT is an AI. So what do you mean by that question? What if we use ChatGPT? ChatGPT is an artificial intelligence tool. And you're saying you crop it and paste on AI with punctuations? Because the idea is you want to check your punctuation. So you can copy that whole text, open a new tab, right? And you're going to say Claude or Perplexity or Copilot or Gemini, and you paste your output from ChatGPT as part of your prompt. And the question you're asking that AI, the prompt you're giving it is, please check the punctuation of this data that I'm going to paste here and help me correct it in UK English, please. Remove whatever is wrong or whatever does not sound right for whatever your goal is. You have to tell it your goal, and then you let it do its job. And like we said, you give it a role, you give it the right prompt. You give it a bad prompt, you get a bad answer, really, truly bad.
And the AIs tend to agree with you everything that you do. So what I'm going to do,
especially chat.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do in the WhatsApp group, I'm going to just send something that they can use to customize their, ChatGPT interaction. And so what you said is correct. What you just said now is something that they have to learn as well. So ChatGPT open 2 different tabs. One ChatGPT will give you output. You can just paste it into another ChatGPT window and say, look, check and make sure this English is correct. I'm sending this to my boss regarding this particular thing. ChatGPT, another tab will also go inside. So that particular window that you've just opened, assign it a role as an British English speaking expert. Look at this conversation and make sure my output to send to my boss or whoever is English wise is accurate. ChatGPT will go in there, it will take all these M dashes and everything, and it will give you something that you can just copy. So you just have to play around with ChatGPT and all this other. It's just what it is. Just play around with it. So you have something from another tab. Open another tab, open a new chat, and tell ChatGPT that I'm actually applying for this. This is the information I've got. Look at this email. I'm actually going to send this to my boss. Is the English accurate in terms of whatever you want professionally, whatever? Put it there.
I think the challenge is a lot of people are using the app, the ChatGPT app on their phone, right? And so the idea of opening another tab, they are thinking, so do I download another ChatGPT?
No.
You're going to have to go to Google or Chrome or whatever browser you use on your phone and open the browser and type in chatgpt.com and then use it on the browser as well as your app. Because a lot of people use it on their phones. They are not using it on a laptop. For you and I, we're working on a laptop. A lot of people are using these tools on their phones. And that's why everyone's using an app. So that's where they get a challenge. So that's why I keep saying.
It's something that you can use. So like the meal plan that we were talking about, the meal plan, for instance, you can just tell ChatGPT, just give me a meal plan, but that will give you a basic meal plan. Just give it a bit more and say, look, you are a Nigerian jollof expert, give me AI now this AI will go out there and start. I'm telling you, you'll be thinking that you don't even know how to cook jollof. It will give you exactly what you need to know just to cook.
Right?
I didn't.
Oh my goodness.
Some people said they did, but I didn't.
Everywhere. I'm checking.
I didn't hear anything today.
Everything's ticked. Sorry guys. I was here dancing. Thinking that everybody
it came on shortly and then it went off.
Right?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm here, so let's continue. Is everybody here?
Yeah, we're back.
All right, let's move on to that. And so what we're doing prompt surgery. So like you go to your surgery. I mean, all of us have lived in this country for a while, so we have GP practice where we call surgery. So in prompting as well, we have something like surgery. It's not a surgery, but it's how to fix your vague prompt, to do well for you. So you have give me a meal plan.
We can't see your screen.
You can't see the screen. Let me just share it. I think
Julie, Stephen is not co-host.
Did he drop off? No, he's co-host.
No. Can you see? I'll share my screen.
You and Steve are both co-hosts.
Can you see my screen now then?
Yes, we can. Well, I can. Don't know about anybody else.
Yeah, no.
I can see it now.
Can see.
Yeah, I think I actually, when we went for the break, I disconnected because of the scribbles that was on the screen. So to get rid of that, I need to disconnect and reconnect again. So I did that. Yeah. So can you see my screen now then, ladies?
Yes. Yes, it's always
So what we are actually talking about, it's field prompt. It's not something that you do it intentionally, but you do it aware of what you're actually doing. So what happens is that you write, give me a meal plan. And so AI will give you a meal plan. Probably you've been chatting with AI for a bit. So ChatGPT or whichever LLM that you are using knows a bit about you. And so they'll give you expensive ingredients, avocado, quinoa, salmon, American food, and measurement cups that in different measurement as opposed to what we use in the UK. No budget awareness. AI will give you massive bill, but a very nice food that you can enjoy, but that's not what you want because you don't have that money to spend. And so to fix that, we have the race fix. And so here, it acts as a Nigerian family cook who knows traditional West African meals. Now look at the role that you've assigned AI. Now this here, it shouldn't be Nigerian. It could be Ugandan. It could be Ghanaian. I'm from Ghana. And so, you can just substitute this. These are templates that you can use. And then, like, Sylvia was saying, so you have them in the platform where you can download these things and then you can keep it on your fridge. And when you are talking to AI, you can just say, act as a Zimbabwean family cook. So you cook for the family. And then create a weekly meal plan for Monday to Friday. And so you work as a nurse. You don't have to cook every single night, but you can cook for one night, Sunday, and then the family can use it for the whole week. And then family offer budget £40, which is not realistic, but it's just a temporary, so you can just put £100 here. For the whole week. We eat Nigerian food, jollof rice, fried plantain, egusi soup, beans, and dodo, whatever. And then so the expectation include breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So this is the kind of thing that you can do is, what I'm just trying to, I'm not going to go through this and do it. Now, if I put this one here and put that one there, you will see the difference. But the thing is, you have this at your disposal. So just when you go home, please just try this yourself. Put it in ChatGPT and get the outcome, and then copy this whole thing that you have access to, and then put it in ChatGPT, and then see the differences in the outcome. And that is where you learn. Now, if you don't do, people don't know this. People who have not attended this particular program feel like, oh, they know how to use ChatGPT. They can just go in and say, give me a meal plan. I'm a Nigerian. It will give you, AI will give you different. There's so much you get confused. But if you are specific with a race, you get something that is unique, to you. So yeah. So this is the ask me questions technique. This is a pro move. Sometimes you don't know what you don't know. And the thing is, it's happening to everybody. People think that they know something. I'm just going to use ChatGPT to help me to do that. But you don't know what you don't know. And something that I want you to help, so what you can say I want you to help me write funding application for community project. Before you start, ask me 5 questions so you have all the context you need to write the best possible application. You see, the thing is, I'm just using the funding as an example, but what you have to realize that AI knows everything. But AI, your first time using AI doesn't know you. He doesn't actually know you. So you are the one that will be exposing yourself to AI and say, this is who I am. I am a single mother. I have 2 kids. I work 3 days a week, or I don't even work. I live on benefit. The thing about AI is that it's not going to go and tell anybody who you are. So even if you're living on benefit, you don't work, whatever, just tell AI. So what happened? AI ask you. So you put questions to AI, ask you what is the project about, and what does it help. You put some questions to AI. AI will then ask you questions back, and then after that, it's only after that AI will give you a response. And so you can put the questions in there and tell AI that, "Look, this is who I am. I don't have these qualifications. I am a single mother. I want to get involved in this particular business. I have these skills or have 0 skills." AI can help you too. It just the thing that I don't know how to tell you, but you have the right to ask AI exactly what you want AI to do for you. And people will not tell you. They will tell you, oh, just go and write a prompt. No, just tell AI. So right now with this experience and what we've just done today, just go home and don't just sit back and just wait for AI to help you. You have to make sure you can ask AI these questions, and after that, AI will respond. After AI responds, you can say, what is the project about, and who does it help? So AI will ask you some of these questions, but you've already told AI a bit about yourself and how much funding are you applying for. So this is for, if you look at it, is about applying for funding, but you can use it for different. How long will the project run? AI will, so if you are doing any of these things and you have any problems, just I think post on the WhatsApp group, and I will help you to do whatever you're doing. But that's what you have to use AI for. AI, it's like a big brother that you don't have. And the thing about AI, it doesn't go out there and tell people about, oh, this guy doesn't even know that 20 plus 20 equal 40. No. AI doesn't care. It will do everything for you, and it will not go and tell anybody that this person is looking for money. He's looking for 200 pounds. Why are you? This is you can use that same methodology to apply for 100,000 pounds. It doesn't matter. So it's just the thing that you have to learn. And so building your prompt library. So the prompt library, so far what we've done, so I believe everybody now understand the race. So save your race prompt, so you never start from scratch again. Um, I, I people are selling prompts on Gumroad and different Etsy and different platforms. I will give some some prompts to Julie, so you can download it, and so that will be very good for the you guys, the company. Now, right now, I'm working with you guys. I don't actually know who exactly you guys are, but I'll give you something that will work for you. So I'll deliver something, and you have to contact Sylvia to download it, and so it'll be a prompt like a PDF. It might be some some serious prompting there, and that is something that you can just use for job application, for anything that you want to do. So it will cover jobs, complaint, event, emails, kids, whatever. Yeah, so I'll drop that. I'll drop that with with Julie. And so you can, so now here a role is expert CV writer. Action, write tailored CV, your details, and then you get. So this is something. It's like you don't have to. This one here. You can copy this and put it on your on your on your TV. Or your something wherever you pitch. So that's
On
why
your fridge,
on your.
right? Are you menopausal? Are you menopausal, Steve?
I'm not a person, but I'm just saying that
Yeah,
that's
you're forgetting the word on your TV. No, on your fridge.
I don't. My daughters, after my divorce, my daughters come around and they put, things on my fridge. But for me, but it's just what I'm just saying that I don't put the things the kids and my ex-wife do that, and so these are things that you can put. It doesn't mean anything. Just put it there. It will remind you of what you have to do, and then you can. So that's what. So the level up technique here
Mm,
is just trying to go back to, so after your first race, so now you understand result. Race will give you something, and do not
mm,
stop. Do not stop there. Keep refining, and so make me make the personal profile more confident. So it is, these things are not for everyday user. It's for people who are actually knowledgeable about using AI, and then
mm.
yeah. So that's what it is, and I put this slide in there, and it's something that you can just share with them. But that's what it is, and so you have already got the slides and the technique that will give you the job that you want. But in future, if anything happens, you have this advanced technique where you can actually, change your CV. So people, you have to manipulate AI. AI is like a robot. If you don't manipulate it, you don't get it right.
It is a robot.
You know,
It's robotic technology. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, but they are saying that it's not. So we just have to accept from
they're
the.
lying. They want to create human-like technology, and they are convincing humans that
Mm,
this is taking over your job, this is taking over your job, because they just want to lay off people and then
mm,
declare higher profits for their
mm,
shareholders. So it is a sad thing, especially with OpenAI that started as a non-profit
mm.
and is now not non-profit. But we'll talk about in the next session, isn't it? Where we're talking about integrity, AI.
Yeah, that's a bit. So that will be conversational, and so the last, session will be conversational. It's not actually going to be. So today, I just want them to take the race with them, and so like here, workshop race surgery on prompt. So 15 minutes upgrade on your own prompt using a race, and so you can choose any challenge. So take a prompt you use in session 1 and 4 or 1 to 4 and upgrade with race. We've done a lot of things. I mean, that's what you do. Basically, just do it. Don't just sit back and say, I attend this thing to learn AI. No, just do it. Just do something. Just write some stupid prompt, and then AI will give you some silly answers. And then you use the AI and say, you know what? Now use this AI, use this framework, role, action, context, and rewrite this prompt and give it to me. I want to try it in Gemini. Just tell ChatGPT that use Raise to give you a proper prompt to try it on a different LLM. You will get the best. People, this is the thing. I don't know how to tell people how to do it. But some people are just scared. But
Mm,
the LLMs are the same. So just use the thing everything that I've just given them today. if anybody want to take it seriously, they can make money. And
yes, and they can use it on any other AI platform. It's a prompt, like you said, it's just a prompt.
Exactly. Exactly. So you get the knowledge and then you get the advantage of using it. People don't know. People just go out there and they start asking questions. Oh, my school is saying we have to learn AI. So that's what I'm saying, that I've got advanced, knowledge in AI agents, things that I'm actually selling to businesses for money. But if I integrate that into this particular platform, people will be they will be it's a different story. But I want to just tell them about the way AI is heading and something that they need to know. But they don't, these basic things that I want them to do and just come back with a WhatsApp feedback and tell me, oh, Steve, I tried this and this is the outcome I get. I'll be so happy. I can't respond sometimes to the response that people are making in the group because I don't know what to tell them. I feel like saying serious stuff will make them feel like, oh, AI is so it's up to.
Oh well, they're all adults. They can make adult decision, and I'm sure they're excited to learn more about AI, ethical, good, not so good. There's nothing on this earth that is all good
Yeah,
because we are who we are, and so everything, including AI, has a dark side, and people,
exactly,
especially we Black people, need to know. For instance, next week we'll talk about data annotation centers. What does that mean?
exactly.
AI data centers where they're building these are like massive, huge computers. What does that mean for the communities that are sitting and living in those areas? The resources, the job depletion, resource depletion. We'll talk about all those things because it's important to be informed, but it's also important to not then carry all that as a burden and say, oh, I'm not going to use AI because that, as usual, that would leave Black people behind as consumers as opposed to producers and winners in this AI revolution. We are past the industrial revolution. We are deep into the machine learning, AI revolution, robotics, and
Yeah.
we want to be winners too.
As everybody, let's continue. So that it's the bit that we've already been talking about. It's everybody here.
I think so.
Eh?
Yes.
Everybody's here. We are listening. Carry on.
Okay, so we have safety reminders. I think that we've spoke about this several times. So you never share with AI NI numbers, bank details, passport, BRP, full address, passport. So, first name, it's okay. Don't give the full name. General location. So you are in Liverpool, but not talk stuff. I don't actually know Liverpool that well, but I've been there a couple of times. I'm in Leeds. I went to university in Manchester, so Manchester is another hub that I know. But even if I'm giving details, I can just tell somebody where I know in Manchester. And so budget amount. So if you have £200, just say £200 and don't break everything down. AI will do everything for you. So this is one thing that you should. And so the race prompt cheat sheet, that this is what everybody, and I hope that everybody, screenshot this and take it. I mean, you have access to it from the hub. So the role, who should AI be? Act as in that letterbox, put that thing there. Action, write, create, plan, explain. So what should AI do? You can see that it's just basic, and then context. I'm your situation. I have. So what details AI needs? So AI needs something to be able to give you the right things that you want. I just want this is that I'm teaching you. I want these things to you guys to go out with this because this is the pinnacle, that the top of everything that we've done. Prompt engineering is that what you need. This race is something that will take you from people who don't know anything about AI to somebody who actually knows something about AI. So an old lady will tell somebody, a young kid that is writing prompt and not getting the right and just keep wasting time and say, like, I know this. Expectation is what you expect the AI to, bring out. So you've given it all the three ingredients: role, action, context, and now you expect something. So now under X amount of words, tone, and format. So it's just the thing that I saw before you start. Ask me 5 questions. This is something where you are actually going to research into something that you don't know anything about that particular platform or scenario where you actually ask AI, I want to get into this particular business. I have no idea how this particular business works. Ask me 5 questions. So you have all the AI will ask you questions about you. Just give it a bit of information about the environment that you want to go to where you have no idea how things work. So you want to start a business in something and you don't know anything about that particular business. You have to ask somebody who's actually done that business before to get the information. But you cannot use AI, you know, then make it shorter, more confident. Ask keywords. You just give me 3 versions, formal, friendly, and very direct. And then the chain prompt is where you don't close that window. You keep asking questions until you actually get to the point where, yeah. So there's a challenge for you. That anybody, I think the next thing, Julie, when is the next session?
15th April.
No, I think it's 25th.
No, 15th.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I thought it was 25th. So yeah. So the next
15th April. Unless I've missed something.
No, no, you haven't.
Okay.
No, I said she hasn't. It's 15th.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So that's what. So there is the challenge is that stay connected on a WhatsApp group. And right now, if anybody have any issues regarding everything that we've done, just ask questions, and I'll help you. And going forward, the WhatsApp group is out there, and then just ask questions. So this is how you learn. You go out there, do something, and you're struggling, and just ask, Mr. Steve. So you said we can do this, blah blah blah. How do we do it? I'll just answer from the platform, and you have your answer straight away, and then go and try it. You try it, it doesn't work. Come back and say, oh, you said this, I tried, it didn't work. So what is going on? And I'll probably tell you to set up your system well. So what I mean, we can get things done. So this is what it is. So if anybody have any questions, I think this is the time that they have to ask. What we've learned today is that this is the particular thing that you need to take away with you: the race, role, action, context, and expectation. This is the foundation of every single prompt that you have to write. Make sure it has treat AI as some kind of entity, a body, even though it's not a person, but give it a role, give it action to do, context, give it a situation. And so you fought with somebody in a nightclub, and now the police are after you. You seem to think that you didn't do anything wrong. Give that AI that context, what actually happened, and then expect something, and then you can send it to the police and say, look, that's what happened, and yeah. And so before and after we've done that real, 5 real life scenarios, the scenarios that we just talked about, and then power technique. So the first is the first question is what you start with, and then you keep going, and then refine it until you get the right answers. And so the templates, I've sent it to Julie. So Julie have everything that you can download from the website. And so if anybody have anything, you can ask me now. Otherwise, we have 20 minutes now to 1 o'clock.
Ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
Ask questions.
Hello?
I have a
Anyone
question.
have a question?
Yes,
Yes,
I do.
ask.
Okay, so this is a little bit away from what we not away actually, but I just put the prompt you told us. Say
Mm-hmm.
if for my 7-year-old child, can you explain or tell them the history about Nigeria?
Mm-hmm.
And some things came up, but not in depthly about the struggles of Africa and all of that was shown, right? So my question now is, who puts what into AI? What the feedback they give back
Uh,
to us?
I know it's funny. So what I understand that AI is actually trained with models and knowledge that they want AI to tell you. So this is the kind of things that I say to you that there's 5% element of human in the loop. And so what you get from that information is that historically AI has been trained, to read and learn about partially what the people who train AI want AI to know. And so it's not 100%.
Okay,
But
so that
but
means we can't really get everything from AI. Some we still need to go and source for them because our kids are here. Sometimes we want them to know the history of where we're coming from, but AI can't really quite give us everything because they just want us to know the ones they need us to know.
it's not like that. No, I don't want to put it like that. But what you have to do, though, is what I did do. There's something called chain prompting. And so you told me right now that AI, your research, it meant that they took Africans from Africa and they did whatever they did to us. What you need to do is to follow up AI and say, look, my research, the AI knows the story, but AI, for some reason, they've trained it to be so clever, it will give you the answers, I don't know, the surface, and then you go back again and say, look, after my research, I realized that Africans were this and that and that. Now AI will go back and say, oh yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, they did this, they did this. AI has the information. If you want to know the information, the prompt engineering, what we've just done today is the answer. Dig deep. Don't just let AI tell you one thing and just disappear and say, oh, no, just go back to AI again and ask more questions. And eventually,
I think also we have to keep in mind that AI is learning every second, not even every day, every second. There are thousands and like hundreds of thousands of people in what we call data annotation centers. They are called data annotators. And these are people who are from every profession you can imagine on this planet. And their job is to train AI on their own. Now, we are going to talk about the ethics of that in the next session because there is an ethical conundrum on that. Like, why would a doctor be sitting on a laptop training a robot on what a doctor does when they are meant to be treating humans, but they lost their job because they were laid off by the organization that then decided to hire robots and machines to do the work that this doctor person would do. So now this person ends up in a data annotation center training AI what a doctor does so that AI can be great at being a doctor and diagnosing and treating whatever different diseases. So that is that right there is the conundrum, because there are hundreds of thousands of people in Asia, in South America, sitting in data centers, training these robotic digital technology. We'll use the word technology on anything and everything you can think of. So as Stephen says, whatever question you have, you can just change the question a little bit, give it context, give it an example, share a link with it that talks to that topic you're asking AI about, and then ask the question again. And you'll be surprised that it will actually then bring you a whole lot more information on that topic, especially if you know what you are asking about. If you don't know what you're asking about, then God knows you could be getting a whole lot of
exactly. So when when you don't know what you're talking about, that's where I think if you look at some of this, I said ask questions. So you need to ask AI questions before you actually, ask me questions. So this is something that you need to do. You don't know, but you have an idea. Your case, you are a nurse, you are somebody working in a different environment. You ask AI to tell you questions, ask you questions, and the AI will answer that. And then based on that, you can then follow up with a prompt. So you work in shipping industry. You ship things from here to Africa, and somebody's doing it. You don't actually do it. You want to start doing the same thing. So that's where you need AI. And so what you need to know is what are the potential problems. And so AI will ask you, just tell AI, I want to start shipping these particular items to Africa. I've been here for 20 years. I want to start work for myself, and I want to. AI will ask you just 10 questions, five, whatever you need. Just ask AI. AI will go back there and research about the issues that people face when they try to set up a business like that. And once you answer all that questions, you can then follow up with a prompt, and AI will give you the right things to do to get that business started. And so I think I was just going through that. You guys should have it somewhere. Mm. I don't remember. I don't know where this particular thing is, but it just you have this. I think if you are registered with Sylvia, I think you have access to all these things. So just go in there, ask AI questions before you start anything. Don't just do it. Just ask AI questions because at least you've done your research. You don't have to pay anybody to do that research, that lengthy research for you. AI will do it for you. And if you can actually twist the prompt a bit and say act, so you assign AI a role, act as whatever business advisor to between Africa and Europe. So you put AI to be the kind of person that actually, operate between our continent, Africa and Europe, and then tell me something. This thing is going to act like he knows everything about, and that's because the thing is that will serve AI. You see, I do programming, and we have something called skills in Claude. The skills is the information that AI consult before they answer your questions. So that skills, when you assign AI a role, AI now begin to consult a specific skill that he has to assume to answer your questions. So I don't want to take all this because when I try to take all this into the next level, people will get confused. And so I try to, put it in a basic form. But AI, as you say it like that, they consult. They don't just answer the questions that you ask them just bluntly. They consult something, and these are the skills that I personally I build skills into my understanding. So everything that I do, I use something else that everyday people don't use, and I don't want to introduce that here because that will make these things a bit more complicated. People will be like, "Oh, I don't like AI because AI is for people who know computer science." But no, everybody can use it. Yeah, but when you tell it exactly what you want, it will do exactly what you want. So
Can I say something?
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, Stephen, I appreciate your knowledge and the way you've been teaching us about AI.
Mhm.
But I think AI is now a wake-up call for humanity. The freedom of being able to use our mind, our brain, is being transmitted into this robotic, as
Mm.
Julie called it.
Yes.
And we've allowed it
Technology.
so far. We have children and, new generation coming up. We continue to relinquish our freedom in this way. And no human is just, we're all accepting it because it's the way forward.
Mama,
Something,
can I
something
can I
else.
can I can I can I stop you there and say something?
Okay, you do that. Yeah, I finish anyway. Thank you.
All right. So what is happening is that we are living in a world where we have different entities and organizations and bodies and countries, trying to use AI and technology to control us. And so when we were old, when we were younger, aeroplane, the brothers when they started aeroplane, people were like, today aeroplane is flying you from Africa to Ghana. We were
Oh, that's
now
different.
we accepted it. No, the AI thing that you're talking about right now, the Chinese are actually using it. The Chinese, more or less, every item that you pick on the street is made in China. The Chinese are using it. They are using technology right now. You go to a factory in China where there's no human being, everything that is operating there is robot. Now, how can we sit back and say, "Oh, we don't want to do anything to with AI. We just we will be." The thing is, the next thing you know, the Chinese will be controlling you. How
Mr.
you?
Mr. Nyako, but that is the conundrum. You imagine walking into a factory and there's no single human being. This factory is producing stuff for human beings to purchase. You see the double standard. Human beings are out of work in China, while we are walking around in Marks and Spencer, in Dolce Gabbana, in even simple Primark made in China by robots. And that is what Mama Veronica is saying, the ethical conundrum. We are data donors. We are data donors, all of us. When we use these tools for free, when you go to your ChatGPT app and you have not paid for it, you are donating your data to this AI without even them paying you a simple fee as a data annotator, because that's what they pay people who sit on laptops teaching these things, this technology, how humans behave. So you're donating your data. You're going to have to choose as a human being where you donate your data. You can decide you're going to carry on donating it to OpenAI, or you're going to donate it to Anthropy, whatever Claude. You're going to donating it to Google via their multiple AI tools. You're going to donate it to Microsoft through Copilot. You're going to donate it to Canva. You're going to donate. There are multiple. Oh my goodness, there are so many AI tools. There. Every single multi-billionaire in America has an AI tech company, and they're AI.
Right now, what Auntie is saying is she's a bit, worried about what the potential future.
Yeah, and we have to take these worries into consideration, because if we don't, we're going to become consumers and we're going to become the robots.
But the thing is, the people who are actually
are depressed because they've lost jobs.
Some, the people who are actually behind Microsoft. So I use Ulama. So I have my computer system is a big. I've got like 32 gig memory, internal memory plus, the web VPS. But what I'm just saying is that the system that we have today is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. AI is moving in a direction where they're actually using it for warfare. So not too long ago, Donald Trump had issue with Anthropic, the founders of Claude. Yeah, and then ChatGPT is out. The OpenAI, it's just you have to realize that
the thing is, Claude was concerned, Anthropic was concerned about where Trump was taking their technology, because every single technology that every single AI directed piece of warfare has the Anthropic technology in it. So anyone telling you that, oh, Claude has moved away from the war and now ChatGPT has signed a deal with Trump is telling you bollocks, because every piece of current warfare from America that is AI driven is Anthropic.
Yeah, but then
all these Americans running to Claude.
It was started. The thing is, when you use Claude, because I'm a programmer.
You can't follow me, please.
What is all this?
Okay, thank you.
Go on.
Yeah, I'm a programmer, so my background is in this kind of things. That's why I like Claude, and I like ChatGPT because of the coding. But then Gemini came, and then there's Gemini is also come with Gravity. Gravity is another coding platform that I use. So
and now we have OpenClaw.
OpenClaw is not secure, so I don't really like it because
but a lot of people are pushing it hard, and you know who are pushing it hard? The creators of OpenClaw, and they are Anthropic, and they are pretending.
No. Now OpenClaw is purchased by
OpenAI and Anthropic. Everybody, all these AI companies were originally from OpenAI. They all worked with OpenAI, and then none of them really liked the way Sam Altman is working and the vision that he's pushing and the pushing of your jobs are going. If you are working in medicine, engineering, architecture, management, care, people.
Okay, so now I know
because AI is coming.
I know that listen,
they're sowing this seed deliberately because they are wanting humanity to embrace AI and say, yes, it's not going anywhere. It's here, so we have to work with it. The question is, does the person in the center of Africa who does not even have a phone, how is AI gonna affect them?
Okay, I know that you know a thing or two about so I don't have to because I was testing your knowledge.
These are the things we need to
because I don't know how do we actually help people in Africa to understand this. So right now I'll do the next session, which is the final one in 25th, and then because I've got other
15th, Mr. Nyako, it's 15th. If you don't show up on the 15th, no one will show up on the 25th. If you
it's just
forgetting that
the one that you send me. What? Huh?
There will be nobody here on the 25th.
Okay, so it's good that please.
Me and myself and 35 other women. We'll talk about the ethics, and because these are things we need to talk about.
So it's 15th. It's not 25th. It's 15th.
15th. I've just told you. You're the one that said 25th, and I've told
you. The thing that you sent me, if I can send you back now, is 25th. Anyway, I'll just.
It's the 15th. Right. So there's a comment that some doctors are now concerned that some patients can challenge their opinions based on what AI had mentioned about their ailments. And for me, I think, because we have to remember that AI has been around for years. It's not just started in 2000 and XYZ. It started way back in the 1900s.
No, but then people had no interface to work. The actual interface that start 2022. So
they start. No. AI started way back in 1950 with the AGI. AGI they wanted to build something that could support diagnosis that could help.
That was something that people don't have interaction with. It was something between the community that actually look. If you were defense department, if you talk about U.S. Defense Force, they developed. That is the reason why U.S. Army is the most powerful army on this earth. Why? Because most of the things that they develop. China
we can sit here and argue all day. It is
China
not the strongest.
So what happened is that
they are good at publicity. They are good at selling, and that's why they've sold this beautiful technology to humanity. When it started, it was a beautiful thing. I think we agree on that. OpenAI was a beautiful thing. It was a non-profit. A lot of people donated to grow it, and then boom, they say now you have to pay to build, because this thing is so hungry. It is growing so fast. We need so much resources.
If you don't believe that,
and so we now have to charge.
How come China?
It's the truth. Honestly, go look at it. It's the truth. And I'm telling you the truth. I'm not making this up, Mr. Nyako. So I'm not challenging you. I'm just throwing the truth out there. And I hope that when you come on the 15th, you're going to bring that truth. Yes, because otherwise I'll shut down the Zoom and say we're not talking about it. Right. So go do your research. Where did the initial, offering of AI to the public came through OpenAI, but AI has been around for decades, right?
Because I
used to use OpenAI back in the day to do live streaming through StreamYard, and it was called OpenAI, and I used to donate to it because it was a non-profit. Now, OpenAI was first to market, and that's the truth. They were first to market, and every single person who's created an AI tool or technology that we know that the public uses generally was trained through the OpenAI platform. And then they decided they were going to create their own tool to serve a specific role. AI cannot take over your role until the data annotators, wherever they are in either South America or in Asia, have trained their tool enough for your role to become extinct. And so that's why we have to ask, why would humans agree to be paid to sit in a data center as a data annotator and teach AI roles that are meant for humans to get humans out of work? And that's why there's job depletion, because even here, when you listen to the news, every single day they are telling you how people are applying for jobs, they're not getting jobs, they are getting instant rejections because that's an AI reading your CV and your application and deciding you don't qualify because they've given it specific prompts and what criteria to choose. And so people are not getting employed. People who are highly qualified, they have great experience, they are not getting the jobs they deserve. Because why? Because these AI large tech companies, who are also the biggest billionaires we know on the planet, are intentionally making sure that people...
Sorry to cut in there, please, because I need to go.
Annotators. Do you know what I mean? So that is the ball game. And
Veronica
some one has got into your head.
Veronica want to go.
Veronica, feel free.
Thank you. I've enjoyed today. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
So we're gonna have that conversation. Thank you, Veronica.